Okay, recording started. Namaste and welcome to Holistic Conversations. Uh, and I don't know, should I say good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. If you see the moon, it's morning, day. If you see, evening and night. If you see the sun, it's morning and day. Welcome to Holistic Conversations. Today we have with us Maddie. She is MSW student, if I'm right. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
And she is the founder of J&E Support Group. That's what I
yes.
read in here. Thank you for the reference. And we are going to learn something about her experience and life and journey, how she's here, how she's feeling, what is her best turning point in life, and so many other things. So we can just get started, and over to you, and I'll be a good listener.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate that. So my name is Maddie. I am an MSW student. I'm the founder of J&E Support Group. I'm a peer support specialist. And I'm also a person living with serious mental illness. Um, and that's why I started J&E Support Group because I relied strictly on medication for so many years and was simply going through the motions and suffering in silence and feeling like life wasn't worth living. But when, after a near death experience, I found holistic measures to go along with those medications. And I had been told about the beauty of holistic measures for a lot of my life, but didn't take it seriously. But when I learned the true tools for holistic measures and not just doing them at the day program, not just doing them in therapy, but taking them home and absorbing them and practicing them and implementing them, I was able to truly find recovery at that point.
That's really amazing. And uh, as I was listening, I was learning that how life brings you to the right point. Life brings you there where you need, you are ready, you don't have any other choice. You have to just go with it, learn from it, convinced, conviction, faith, everything turns out to be that.
Right, right. Like people would tell me about mindfulness, yoga, adequate sleep, all these wonderful tools. And I wasn't ready to implement them in my life. But after being faced with death in the eyes and having no other choice but having to rebuild my life, I gave it a shot and it enabled me to recover at an accelerated rate. And I couldn't have done that if I haven't implemented these activities.
Wow, that's good to know. And that is so real, Like it was on you. Like you nailed it. You are very right that people talk about mindfulness, yoga, sleep, eat, drink, but nothing happens until something clicks for you. You get back that uh, intention or willingness or light, or you can say it whatever, your life redirecting you until you really are aware and you are receiving it like, okay, this is it, this is it. Nothing works in a full swing, like you said. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. That's why we have our own journey, own pace, own time of learning, own time, so many experiences. We are going through the same situations, patterns, but we are still not able to, come out of it because maybe we are not paying attention, or maybe we are not ready, or we are like, just you said, like that happened and everything changed. That moment of realization that, okay, I have to take it seriously and I have to work on it. No kidding, let's get on it.
Right. I had this false idea that if I just take enough medicine, I'll be cured. And one turned into two, turned into 10, turned into 15. You have this side effect, so you need this medication. Let's bump this one up. And it left me unable to process emotions, 420 pounds, numb to the world, suicidal, like you name it, I was there. And when I was taking off all medication to restart them after my experience and find what I truly needed, I saw that it was important to add these other measures. It's a whole life perspective. There's no magic cure for something like this.
Yes, yes, yes. I can totally relate to this because not normally people are trying to heal and they have adapted a style of way of healing, but they don't know what the root cause is. You know, like, okay, I'm meditating, but I don't think it's helping me because there's a disconnect. I'm meditating. For some moment of my life, I'm at peace or whatever you call it, but there is something which is rooted deep, you know, that connection with ourself, no matter what, that connection with ourself, uh, with whatever label the society and people around you has labeled it, but how you see it, you know, how you see it and when you see it, and you see it big, small, you hear, I mean, there's a lot. And until now that you have shared, you have got on point, like, yes, no, just cut the crap out. That was it. I mean, that was it. So that is a journey for our lifetime, but it has to start from a starting point, like
Right,
it has to
right.
find its start. But with you, I learned like it was like uh, you were able to recognize that, okay, this is, I'm going to start working on this, you know, very
Right.
seriously. And you did it.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it took a lot of effort. It took a lot of effort, and what is it they say? 21 days to make a habit, 90 to make a lifestyle, and I just kept going back every day and trying again. And if I missed a day after a while, I was like, I missed that. I let me go back and try again. Let me go be mindful. Let me meditate. Let me do yoga. Let me get to sleep early. Because I found that creating this routine of healthy habits was keeping me better.
Yeah, I hear you and I totally feel it because it is like being responsible for yourself, you know, like you're saying, you may not see the change in one day, but over a period of time, you're like, okay, I feel good, I sleep well, and I can feel my life's moments and I can experience it in a better way. That's just amazing. And uh, I want to also ask you, like, your mindset then and your mindset now. I think people should learn the difference, learn to see the difference from so many different perspectives. You know, we are all about, okay, this is my way, that is my way. So everything is in front of you. You can make a choice now. You know, like, so
Oh,
providing that perspective, I would like to know your
so before
thoughts.
I encompassed the whole spectrum of necessary tools, I was a very negative person. I looked at life, the glass half full. I was feeling very suicidal. I was self-harming. I was aggressive. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And it was because I was so unhappy and sick. I was sick. But when I started to change my life, I decided to look at life in a positive manner. And being mindful and meditating and yoga helped me do that. And I made a conscious effort to look at life differently. And, my motto is things might be bad now, but it always gets better. Like there's always that silver lining. Things always will get better. What can I do in this very moment to make the next moment a better one?
Yeah, so tell me how you are feeling about yourself now at this point of time. Like,
I'm I'm happy with myself because I'm making a difference in the world. Like
wow.
I'm helping other people achieve by sharing the message of hope and recovery and the balance of both medication and holistic care. I'm able to do that really well with J&E Support Group through our support groups and my public speaking engagements. And, I find that there's really a lot of education still required about mental health and things like
Yes,
this.
yes,
Um, and so I kind of dedicated my life to aiding in that cause, spreading awareness, education, and hope. Because there are such big stereotypes out there right now in the
yes.
world. And it's going to take some strong voices to change that.
Yeah, absolutely. You are right. And I also feel along with the voice, we need to action. Because we are like, why we are not able to come out of a specific mindset? We have affirmations written, we have this, we have that. What is happening with us that we are just in a state of stuck? We are not able to come out of it. So we need to take action, like you have taken. You have heard that message, you have taken it to your heart, to your mind, to your body. You started to act, like you said. It was a lot of effort. Well, okay, that makes a lot of sense now, because you took that step to work on yourself, to understand things, and now you are a different person. Now you're a different person. So taking action, I am more about, for me, if you ask me, um, I can't stress. I have to act. I have to act. Stress is a point in my life where I don't know how to act or what to act. you know there are certain situations I feel like, okay, I should act on this. I have to act on this. There's something from inside which is saying you have to act, and I know how to act, what to act. But there are more complex situations where I freeze. I don't know. So that stays as a state of stress with me, and at that time I need some help. But with small habits of taking actions, we get we make ourselves used to, like, okay, we are reading books, we are listening to podcasts, we are doing this. We need to do that. Maybe drink a glass of water peacefully, sitting in my seat and not thinking about the world.
And that can be hard to do.
Yes, it is very hard. We can't even breathe when we are stressed. We breathe until here. Whereas we have a lot more deeper to go. We can't breathe. It's tough. Yes. That's why we need each other. That's why we need community. That's why we need support groups. You can breathe. You can breathe. You can breathe. You can breathe. Breathe. That kind of safety, that kind of support is very, very essential during those moments, because I'm thinking but I'm not able to do it. It happens with all of us. I mean, I have gone through moments like, I'm not able to breathe. I'm feeling choked, like I'm constantly feeling like this. So, what to do in that? Maybe call someone, talk to someone, or maybe just sit, go deeper, 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 try it, that kind of thing. And I think it's amazing to know that you have learned from your experience, and then you are supporting it, which gives you a more hands-on, like more realistic.
Right.
Like, I have
I
seen it
wanted
happen.
I wanted others to find healing so much. That's why I'm getting my MSW. That's why I started J&E. That's why I'm creating these support groups and running them, because there's something to be said about having a
Yes,
community of people who can truly understand you and meet you with empathy and
yes,
share experiences and share tools. And while we advertise that our support groups are not therapeutic groups, they're
yeah,
a place to find like minded people and grow together.
yes, that's right. I like the word that you use, like-minded. Sometimes there are more people who are ready to pull you down, and we are very easily inclined to them, and then we can sit for days. Oh my god, why? But we are not able to find that one person who can tell you, you can do it.
Right.
You can do it. So you are doing that.
Well, I had somebody do that for me. and I wanted to give back. I wanted other people to experience because I think hearing someone say they can truly 100% relate to me, and I was a lot more receptive to the tools that they talked about when they said something. So I wanted other people to be open to those tools as well.
Yeah, definitely, yes. uh, okay. So where are you based? Where do you live?
Right. So I live in Liberty, North Carolina, and my groups right now are based in Randolph County, North Carolina, but we're looking to grow into other avenues.
Oh, wow. I live in North Carolina too. I live in
Where do you
Harrisburg.
live?
Harrisburg.
Oh, cool.
We should meet up.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, our groups are in Asheboro, Liberty, and online,
Wow.
and we're looking to branch out into other counties as well.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, wow, good to know. So, what? Tell us something about the group that you do. What works do you do in your other than support?
Right.
Taking, yeah, yeah.
So the way group is formatted is we, of course, go over group expectations and talk about who we are. And we always open the floor to the people. So, do you need to express what happened to you this week? Is there an experience you would like feedback on? And we always tell our group members, you're welcome to share, but always let us know if you want feedback or not. And then we tend to have a topic of the night, whether it be communication, self advocacy, meditation, things like that. And with the time allotted, we go over that topic with the group. And then with our online group, that's for people living with schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, and bipolar disorder. And we tend to have a guided meditation recording at the end of every session.
That's great. That's good to know. And other than that, what do you do other than, uh, like you said, you have speaking gigs? Do you do speaking gigs?
Yeah, so
Tell
my
us about
partner
that.
is an LCSW. She has her own private practice, and together we offer educational and speaking services. We offer to do trainings on mental health and workplace inclusion. We are actually creating a mental health simulation. I don't know if you've ever been to like a reentry or poverty simulation. Um,
No, not really. No.
Well, we're modeling that. So what it's going to look like is community members are going to come and they're going to be given a packet, and it's going to have a diagnosis. Do you have insurance? Do you have a job, kids? Are you a veteran? Do you have substance use? Your whole bio. And there's tables set up around the room, and those are the stations of life. So there may be a pharmacy, a job, a school, a daycare, a therapist's office, a hospital, and you have to navigate the daily routine of someone with that mental health diagnosis. So maybe you have a job, but you were fired and you lost your insurance, but you take medication. So how are you going to navigate paying for your medication
Yeah.
when you now have no insurance?
Okay.
Or things like that. And the goal of the simulation is to open the eyes of people of what it's like to live with mental illness.
Yes.
And we're hoping to break down some stereotypes so that
Mm-hmm.
people will be open to either our trainings or mental health first aid in their agencies, because Randolph County is a mental health desert. There's not a lot of providers, and a
Okay.
lot of that is due to stigma. There's a high
Oh,
level of stigma in our society, and I've been doing a lot of research on this for my graduate program, and I have found that a good way to introduce bringing new providers and introducing people to a healing experience is to break down those stereotypes.
tell us some of the stereotypes that you're facing. Some.
Right. Well, when I go to certain events and I introduce what I do, people say, well, if this is 10 years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Like, it's not important. Online, I get the most negative feedback. People to my face aren't typically quite as brave, but people are pretty harsh. I go to school, I work, I pay my taxes, but I'm called a lunatic. I'm told that I'm crazy. Um, I've had clients who are told they can't, like, how can you work, or that must not be real because you have a job. Like, there's misconceptions in society about what mental illness looks like. And it can look like your neighbor, your child, your teacher. It can be anybody. Mental illness affects millions of people. And there's a lot of stigma against getting help because of those
Getting help.
stereotypes.
Yes. Yeah, getting help is a big stigma. Like people don't like to ask for help, even kids nowadays. Like I work with autistic children, and they are like so much like, no, I can't ask for help. Why can't you ask for help? I am so big, I ask for help. If I don't know something, I ask for help. To break through that understanding is like real work, real work. I mean, they will be, because they have good focus, you know, so they can try for longer. So I have to actually wait for them to uh, to a moment where they are like going to have a meltdown, or they are like, okay, maybe I need some help, you know, that duration of them preparing themselves to ask for help, not until that moment when they see that, okay, I'm not able to do it with so many trials, you know. So they take so much of time to ask for help. But normal people also, I have been laughed at when I used to ask for help. But then I used to feel like, what's the matter? I don't know. I need help. I mean, why would people laugh at me? You know, those kind of thing. So, but my my attitude didn't change because I don't know everything. I'm not God. You know, I know some things and some things I don't know, and I'm very much okay with it, and I'm open to learn also. So, I seek help. If people laugh at me, it's fine. If but I have found people who come out and help. So I feel good about those people who can understand that I need help.
Everybody needs help at some point, right?
Yes. Yeah. Tell me something about your experience, like client experience, difficult, easy.
Right. Well, I can tell somebody the skills I know and use my lived experience to inspire, but I can't do it for them. And so, I have met people before who want me to just fix it or want me to do it for them. And I can't do that. It's about teaching the tools. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Work is theirs. Uh, so tell us if you want, if you like to, like, what
I'm
is the
so
difference?
sorry.
What
My
is
dogs
it?
are barking. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That's okay. Um, Tell me something about what what you feel about the changes that you have seen from when you were seeking help or you were feeling like, and now what what
Right.
changed? What changed?
Which, well, a lot changed in me, but things have changed in society as well.
Yes, that's what. Yes.
So when I was in my 20s, mental health wasn't discussed at all. Mental health was completely taboo. And today the conversation is opening. You see it discussed online, it's in the media. It's not always portrayed the best or talked about enough, but it is being discussed, and the conversation is open. So, and I think there are more resources out there for people today. It was harder for me to find help when I was 20 years old versus today. It's definitely not where it should be, but it is getting better slowly.
Wow, that's, you can feel the change because you have gone through it, right? So
Right.
yeah, you must have you must be feeling good that, we have so many facilities and resources that can help, and side by side there is this stigma in people, like you are saying, the county that you're working, they are, the most challenging is their mindset, you know, their thought process about mental illness. Like, so still now also there are places where you need to really um, reach out and educate them about this is real.
It's getting your foot in the door with those people. That's the hardest part. Like, I
Yes.
can do community outreach until I'm blue in the face, but if they're not willing to
Yes.
listen and be receptive and educate, then that's why we're hoping with the simulation they'll be a little bit more willing to listen. It's definitely hard to get your foot in the door, and I find a lot of the time people who dismiss mental health do it because maybe they're not directly affected, but
Hmm.
mental health doesn't discriminate and can affect you at any time of your life. So whether it be you or your child or your partner that's
Yeah.
affected down the line, then people want to have the conversation and start talking about it. And I think we need to go ahead and everybody talk about it, because just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean it's not affecting your neighbor, your friend. You know, people are pretty quiet about this stuff, and just because they don't openly discuss it with you doesn't mean they're not affected.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it's tough. It's definitely tough and challenging, you know.
Right.
I mean, we can learn about so many things that we can do, but it gets one-sided after a certain time, like at certain
It's
point, like
right. It can
covering.
be one sided. It can.
Yeah, yeah, it's always there in every case, like whether you work with children, whether you work with adults. um, we have also faced the same thing, like the families stigma, basically, uh, not going beyond their knowledge and seeing this as a real thing. It's a fact. What is going on is a fact. It's not like out of the blue and it's disguised. It's not. It's true. It's a fact. Uh, so I just wanted to ask you, like, since you are mentioning that when you were 20 years old, you faced this kind of challenge in your life. What happened that this challenging situation came in your life? I mean, if you are okay to share.
Yeah. Well, my mental health started when I was 4. I had a I don't want to trauma them, but I had a very traumatic experience, and I initially sought help and was shut down. So I chose to be quiet about it and developed symptoms of PTSD. My parents were unaware. Um, and then in middle school, I developed more significant symptoms of other mental illness. Um, and I didn't tell that either. I didn't really speak out about any of it until I was 14, and it was just simply the compulsive thinking at that time, that because when you're young, you only know what you know and you think
Yes.
everybody is the same. So I didn't understand that everybody didn't hear voices, everybody didn't have paranoid delusions, everybody didn't have mood swings, everybody didn't have anxiety, and I really could not fully articulate any of that until I was about 19 years old. And that's only because I had thoughts of ending my life, and I told my mom, and I was placed in a hospital. And they were trying to they were trying to understand, do I have schizophrenia or do I have bipolar disorder? And they diagnosed me with bipolar disorder, but I still wasn't being honest about all my symptoms.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was really going through the motions, and it wasn't until my late 20s that I was diagnosed with what's called schizoaffective bipolar type, which means I have symptoms of both schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Um, my 20s were difficult. My 20s were very difficult. I think a lot of people with this diagnosis have a hard time in their 20s because you're newly diagnosed, you're learning how to navigate. You don't know up from down at times, and your family's trying to process this, and it's all a grief process, right? Because you've
Yes.
spent so long thinking you're one way, and then all of a sudden you're slapped with a label and told you're different. And
Yes.
there's different needs and different aspects of your life now that you have to navigate, and it's a lonely path and a difficult path. But I'm 36 now, and I really didn't find mental health recovery and stability until I was 35, after almost dying from my mental health diagnosis.
Wow. So, if you can tell a little bit about like were you able to connect with your body or no?
When I was in my 20s, I could not. I was
No.
completely numb from the medication. Like, when my mother passed, I couldn't even cry. Like, I had no sense of self, emotions, body, mind, spirit was not connected. But when I got off the medication and got onto a healthy dose, onto the correct medication, I felt emotions. I felt in tune. I started working out and feeling in touch with my body and sensing the world again, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely makes sense. And what I am understanding is like when you lose connection with your body, there's no other guide, you know. There's no strong guide than your body uh, uh, when you connect with your body. But when you are disconnected, that is also a kind of connection, you know, that is also a kind of connection, but we don't understand that connection because we are not able to feel, we are not able to feel. So if we cannot feel, we cannot process, and we are just registering information, we are printing pictures here, visual and everything is working here. But from your experience, I am learning that if you are not able to feel your experience, then you're half alive.
Yes, that's definitely how it felt. I felt like, I say that in my 20s I was living to survive, in my early 30s as well, and today I live to thrive, and I love life, and it just took me a lot of learning to get there.
Yes, yes, and I think it's incredible. Because when you see the difference, you know, you have lived this, now you're living the way you express, like I'm living, I love my life now. I mean, that just brought so much glow in your face, and you're like happy, and that's amazing, that's just amazing. And I also understand from your experience like how sensitive a childhood can be, how sensitive, you know. And not everybody is aware, or time is just passing by, you know, I can say time is just passing by. So everything is going on, and we are finding our way, like you found your own way. It took time, but you arrived, you found it.
Right.
So that's incredible. That's just
It
incredible.
is
And
incredible. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to feel alive and enjoy that feeling.
yeah, absolutely. I love when you're saying it. I can feel the energy, you know, it's so amazing. And you are doing such amazing work to
Thank
help
you.
people, to provide them a safe space to feel themselves, you know, that is also amazing. And I want to ask you, what message would you give to all of us
Right.
today?
Um, I think my biggest message of all is kindness is free. It doesn't take a lot of effort to smile at someone or give a compliment. And to you, it's a kind moment that will pass. But to that person, it could be a life saving tool. We never know what someone is going through, we never know what's going on in their head. And your kind, empathetic, compassionate response can mean the difference for them to stay on this earth one more day.
Wow, that's such a powerful message. That's so amazing. I mean, inspiring actually, to
Thank
bring,
you.
to just stir everybody to think about kindness, and it's free.
Kindness. It is free. It doesn't cost us a thing.
But it costs everything, I would say.
Yes. Words have power, man, and let's
Yes.
choose to use them in a positive way.
Yeah, that's right. We will do it. Okay, Maddie, thank you so much for your time. It was amazing
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
Thank you so
And
much.
take care of yourself. And you are doing an incredible job. Good luck to you. And be
Thank
happy.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.